Guy catches his girlfriend cheating. Instead of flipping out, he did something surprisingly unexpected. I really love the internet, especially social media. It's why we're able to hear about all these cool stories from other people. Stories that you would not hear about otherwise unless they get written up in a book or something. Like this story of the guy who caught his girlfriend cheating, but instead of flipping out as most guys would in this situation, he did something surprisingly unexpected. Let me tell you what he did. Dustin Holloway. So the guy's name is Dustin Holloway, and he is a pretty ordinary 23-year-old guy from Emory, Texas. He works at a local construction company as a superintendent, has a nice place, and is fairly happy with his life. However, something happened that made him change his Facebook status in an instant, but not before posting something that led to an outpouring of support. Dustin and his girlfriend had been dating for a while and got along well. At least that is what Dustin thought. They had moved in together, and Dustin posted pictures regularly about stuff they did together, places they went, people they met. They seemed like a happy couple together, always smiling at the camera. His girl was a lovely blonde with pretty gray eyes, and in most pictures, she seemed genuinely happy to be standing next to her guy, arms around him and quite in love. A good match, although some of Dustin's friends thought that he was maybe too good for her. She was a nice girl for sure, but they thought Dustin could do better. But love is love, and being completely smitten, Dustin did not consider leaving her for one moment until something happened, something Dustin would share with the world, and that would change his own world for good. One night, Dustin came home late from a long weekend shift at work. He had the evening duty that Saturday, something he did regularly, and those days he would come home long after dark. His girlfriend was used to it and would entertain herself those evenings. She understood Dustin's work had irregular hours, so did not complain. However, what she did do one night, Dustin never expected. Have you ever been cheated on? Then you know the feeling. The moment you realize your loved one had been getting it all with someone else is a horrible moment when your stomach sinks and you feel like punching something or crying really hard. Breakups are hard to begin with, but a breakup because of infidelity is extra hard to take. Dustin had not known the feeling yet though, and he had no idea how he would react. But he would soon find out because that night when he came home, he found his girlfriend in bed with another man. He walked into his bedroom, seeing his girlfriend in bed next to a guy with no shirt. It was obvious this was not just a sleepover, as both had messy hair and the sheets were all crumpled up around them. As you can imagine, Dustin was shocked. Both his girlfriend and the stranger were fast asleep and had no idea Dustin was standing next to them. He took a good look at the two and was disgusted. Both seemed super drunk as a skunk, Dustin would later say, and seemed to have simply passed out after the act. He quickly drew his conclusions, and anger started to bubble up inside him. So what would you do in a moment like this? Dustin confessed he felt a strong urge to kick the guys behind, but he held himself back, taking a deep breath. He calmed himself down a bit and remembered something he always said, that good men deserve good women. Obviously, his girl was not a good woman here. She had clearly cheated on him. But that did not mean he would have to stop being a good man and lower himself to her level. So, he did something surprisingly unexpected. He pulled out his smartphone, took a step back, and aimed the camera so that both the passed out couple in his bed and his own face were in the picture, and then he snapped. Not as in he went berserk, but as in he snapped a few pictures. Unlike in most of his other Facebook pictures, Dustin did not have a broad smile on his face in these images, but looked a bit down, as can be imagined. In the background, you see the bed sheets with the couple under it, still completely unaware they were photobombing Dustin's curious selfies here. After the photo shoot, Dustin shook his girlfriend by the shoulder. He wanted to confront her and at least ask her if he was supposed to sleep in the spare bedroom now, and perhaps what the guy next to her would prefer for breakfast the next day. But she could not be woken up. It was like she was in a coma. Where Dustin eventually slept that night, we don't know, but we do know what Dustin did the next day. On that Monday, April 24th, he took the pictures together with some images of their happier times together and loaded them up on Facebook. He wrote under it, "When you come home to another man in your bed with the one you loved," as well as, "Good men deserve good women." Clearly, Dustin had been the bigger man here, keeping his calm, and instead of getting aggressive, he had bided his time to be able to publicly shame his girlfriend and the guy that she had cheated with. The post hit like a bomb and went viral instantly. So many people were stunned at how Dustin had reacted. Most confessed they would not have been able to stay that calm and would have freaked out and definitely gotten angry at the two right then and there. Others gave Dustin words of encouragement and praise, saying how he had been the bigger man and that surely, one day, he will find someone who will think the world of him. His post became a complete social media sensation, even making the regular media. Dustin had not expected this much of an impact. He was blown away by all the support from people all over the world, and it was exactly what he needed in this difficult time. Because despite the sudden fame, the fact remained that he had caught his girlfriend cheating. He had changed his Facebook status to single now and had to face the fact that he was on his own again. Being the one left behind is never nice, especially in a situation like this, but the heartfelt words of all those strangers online gave him the support he needed in this difficult time. Next to the public support, Dustin also received a ton of private messages from many women, by the way. They were all wondering if Dustin was now single again, if he would go on a date with them. They all thought that Dustin clearly was a great guy, not someone to react violently, but someone who remains calm, cool, and collected in such a miserable situation. I've had thousands of messages from thousands upon thousands of people from all over the world congratulating me on being a better man and walking away. I have pride and respect, and I am amazed at the way this has turned out. Yesterday, I thought my world fell apart. I was heartbroken to ever witness anything like that, but the amount of support from Facebook, family, and friends has been amazing. I want to personally thank each and every one of you. The world ain't as bad as we think. I don't care to be known all over. I could care less. I know good people deserve the best. I'm officially amazed by this, but there is no need in batting someone when they are down. It was wrong. It did suck. But being the better person is always the best way. The best feeling is when someone appreciates everything about you that someone took for granted. It seemed like his girlfriend had taken him for granted, but that's no longer the case, I'm sure. I wonder how she felt after the pictures of her in that awkward position went viral. It couldn't have been good. Perhaps she has learned a lesson now and will never hurt someone that way again.